Welcome back. Award-winning Namibian film producer Dantagos Jimmy-Melani has put her Midas touch to work yet again. This time it's under the Mukorob Project banner for a film titled Bokwagter. Dantagos now joins us on the line to talk about the making of the film and life lately. Dantagos, good evening and thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Dantagos, tell us a bit about your film for the Mukorob Project titled Bokwagter.
The film was actually a concept that was brought to us by one of the creatives we've worked with, Michael Swatboy. We developed it into a script, and the story is about three young orphaned brothers who live with their grandparents, and they are goat herders. And the community is being attacked by stock thieves, and the young boys have to learn martial arts in order to protect themselves and their animals and their livelihood. So that was the concept.
And what inspired this interesting storyline?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
I was asking what inspired the storyline.
The storyline was inspired by the fact that we all have a lot of us in Namibia have very rural upbringings. A lot of us have some kind of connection with farm life, from our youth. And it's a story that a lot of us can identify with. We wanted to bring a concept that was truly Namibian and Namibian inspired. We also wanted to create a scenario where the beautiful landscapes that we have in our country could be explored through film. So we wanted to put these two things together, beautiful landscapes and a concept that a lot of us could relate to and take that to the rest of the world.
Now, Dantagos is of course not the first time that your work in film is taken to the world, but for many under the project it is. So how do you think the Mukorob Project has enhanced, Namibia's film industry?
I think it was really an opportunity. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for many of us in this film industry. It was a very immersive and intense creative process. We got to work very closely with, two of the biggest broadcasters in our environment, which is, of course, the Namibian Broadcasting Corporation, as well as MultiChoice, which is the biggest entity doing broadcasting on the continent. So it was really an amazing experience that it wouldn't have been possible for a lot of us to engage at that level, to test our own creativity, to really bring forward, the depth of our stories and our culture in this way. So I think it was really, really an amazing initiative from NBC side and from MultiChoice.
Anything interesting that you're working on lately, Dantagos?
Well, right now I'm working on a couple of projects. One is a documentary about the Sun people. It's called Sun People Out of the Shadows. We are in post-production and we are refining it. It's going to explore the youth in the Sun community and what their experiences have been post-independence, and trying to integrate their culture and all the different struggles that other young Namibians have, but also now with this layer of being from a minority community that also has other historical, issues that are underlying their experiences. We are also working on a number of feature film projects, including a biopic of Harry Simon that we are developing. So we've got a couple of things that we are hoping to unveil quite soon.
That sounds interesting. And more or less, when can we expect to actually see this biopic on Harry Simon?
We are hoping within the next year and a half to 2 years. It's very difficult, to give an exact date because we are in the process and we are having a lot of discussions. Obviously, we want it to be as authentic and as high quality as we can. So we are not trying to rush the process, but yeah, we will definitely keep you updated and keep you posted on how far we are getting.
Now, you've also recently been selected for the Creative Producer Indaba. Tell us about this program and, of course, how being a part of it would enhance, your career as a film producer.
So the Creative Producer Indaba was something that I actually wasn't familiar with. I was introduced to the whole program by the commissioning editor on from the multi-choice side on the Mukorob Project. And her name is Lucia, and she actually recommended me for the program. So I was very fortunate to get that exposure, and for her to say, this is something that I think would be a good experience for you and you should apply. It was quite an intensive application process. They did like a very thorough screening. There had to be references. There was a full interview. There was an online application with a lot of details. And I really felt quite intimidated as well when I saw the caliber of the people that are involved in this process, because it's quite a high-level initiative on a continental level and also has international participation. So I'm really hoping to learn so much from the other African creative producers that are involved, as well as the international mentors that we have as part of this program. We have already started meeting some of them, and I'm hoping to engage further with them in Marrakesh and in the Netherlands as the program continues. So I'm really excited about being part of it.
Fantastic. Well, Dantagos, we know you've got a busy schedule, so we appreciate you taking time out to speak to us this evening. Thank you so much, and all the best with your future plans, endeavors, and projects.
I appreciate so much the opportunity to chat about my work, and thank you so much for having me on.
That was award-winning Namibian film producer Dantagos Jimmy-Melani Jimmy speaking to us there on the line. Well, the Mukorob Project films will be showcased on MBC as of next month. But in the interim, here's a sneak peek at Bokwagter.